Hello, welcome back to another Modify Monday. My name is Chas, and today I'm going to walk you through 5 ways that you can modify your forward fold, Uttanasana. So you can do this with your feet together or your feet hips width distance. Now, when you come over and your back is rounded and your knees aren't really bent and it just feels really tight, what you want to do is really bend your knees so you can rest your chest on your thighs. And then you want to work on rocking your weight over to the toes instead of being back in the heel so much. You can do different variations with your arms. That works for you. But if your hamstrings and lower back are really tight, you really want to bend your knees here. Now, the second way to modify your forward fold is to use blocks. Blocks are a great prop to have on standby, and you can practice this at the tallest setting with the blocks. And you still want to make sure that you have a micro bend in the knees at least. So even if you are really flexible and your hamstrings and forward fold is really easy for you, have a micro bend in your knees. Now you can also practice this with the blocks on the medium setting. And you can even practice this with the blocks on the lowest setting. So it just depends on where you are on the day of your practice. You can have the blocks setting in front of your toes, or you can have them outside of your feet. The third modification is to take a folded up blanket, or maybe 2 or 3, just depends on how you're feeling. And you're going to set your folded blanket or blankets at the top of your mat, and you're actually going to step your heels onto the blanket. Now this is going to help elevate you a little bit more, so that way when you do come into your forward fold, you're going to feel that momentum in towards your toes. So it's going to help you find that forward lift, and you can also do this with the blocks. Now another modification is to stack the blocks on top of each other on different settings, and you can actually rest your forehead onto the blocks. This actually feels really nice because we have that forward momentum from our blankets, and the blocks can catch our forehead. This is a really, really great stretch. The 5th way that you could modify your Uttanasana forward fold is to have a bolster or a pillow. And the same thing, we're going to step our heels onto that bolster. And when we come down into our fold, it's going to feel like you might fall forwards, but you're not going to, because you're going to be engaged and you're going to have other props nearby to help you. Now, just a little recap. If you come into your Uttanasana forward fold and you're rounded over and it just feels totally uncomfortable, bend your knees as much as you need to. Bend those knees, rest your chest onto your thighs, release the tension in your head and your neck. Have blocks nearby that you can place your hands onto so you can shift the weight into your toes. All right, everyone, that's it for today. As always, any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to email me or contact me on social media. I hope that this was helpful for you and that you can find some release in your Uttanasana forward fold in class this week. Namaste.